It's interesting to read about an article called The Failure of Failures by a noted journalist, Santosh Desai, which has definitely given the certain shape of what failure is all about and how it is defined and how it is girded from defining the certain certified of camouflaging and diverting the tensions by the name of failure. The failure itself is a word which substantiates the failing. Maybe the objective is ascertained by its unsuccessful effort, but in several cases, as we find in the modern management era, this word failure is being tried to always scrap off from the list of successful people. It is more interesting when we find the government itself tries in the country to scrap off failure. Ask anybody who is in the part of the government, the supporter or sympathizer, to define about a government failure in the recent years. They would answer differently onto blaming other parties, other governments in the past to bypass failure. So it is more interesting when a government is elected by the people and certainly doing what the people expected, opposite to that, or where the government trespasses and occupies the personal liberties, the personal identities, the personal ideas on religiosity, then it comes a foremost coinage. What you expect from a government about failure. There is no existence of failure. There is only the existence of failure for the parties who had ruled the country otherwise in the different era or eras. Interesting parties. How to get the government to be involved into the certain actions to confess their darker work, the crowd reaction, and mismanaging the opportunities. So when we call about this kind of action, then it becomes extraterritorial. It becomes a fact that someone is not with the nation, as someone is not with the government. The other day, I was addressing a session of communication studies. A very basic question came from there to address about failure onto success, as we cannot turn around the fact, the success onto failure. Accept the experience. And this is where this experience has we are accumulating each day. Our government is in power in the country, cannot get failed. Even after doing so many complex mismanagement, complex malpractices, maladministration, evil efforts into the territories of others, even trying to occupy the system of electoral phage, so may manipulate the election of the provinces and the election of the nation. So where comes democracy to be defined? Into this territory. It is again